Hey, welcome! Today, we're diving into this really cool idea that everybody is good at something, that we all have some kind of hidden talent. And you know what's funny? We're going to find it by unlocking a little secret that's been hiding in our language all along. So, let's get into it.
Okay, so picture this. We've got two friends here, Malith and Pabudu. They're just catching up, talking about a TV talent show they both watched last night. Seems pretty normal, right?
Malith kicks things off, asking about the big finale of a show called Children Can Sing. A simple enough question, but it's about to lead us down a really interesting rabbit hole.
And Pubudu's like, yeah, of course. My whole family loves music, so we all gathered around and watched it. Just a typical, everyday conversation. Or is it?
Because tucked away inside this simple chat is a genuine mystery, a little grammatical puzzle that's actually kind of mind-bending once you see it.
So first, Malith says this about the crowd. He says, there was quite a large audience at the show. Pay attention to that word was. It's like he's talking about the audience as one single thing.
But then, just a second later, he says, the audience were already clapping their hands. Wait a minute. Now he's using were, which suggests he's talking about lots of different people. So what's the deal?
And here you can see the two sentences side by side. It really lays the whole puzzle out. On one hand, was a large audience. That's one group. But on the other, we're clapping. That's a bunch of individuals, right? Each person with their own two hands.
This is the big question, isn't it? Is the word audience singular, or is it plural? Did Malith just make a grammar mistake, or is something else going on here? Well, the answer is actually pretty cool.
The answer to our little mystery all comes down to a special kind of word called a collective noun. Let's crack the code on how these things work.
So, what is a collective noun? It's basically just a word that we use to talk about a group of people or things. You know, words like team, family, and, yep, you guessed it, audience.
And here is the secret rule, and honestly, it's super simple. Whether you treat one of these words as singular or plural, it all just depends on how you're thinking about that group in that specific moment.
It really is all about your point of view. When you see the group acting together as one single unit, like a large audience, you use a singular verb, like was. But when you're focused on what the individual members are doing, like clapping their hands, you switch to a plural verb, like were. Look at the orchestra example. The orchestra was big, that's the whole unit. But the people in it were talented, those are the individuals.
And once you know this rule, you'll start seeing these words absolutely everywhere. Words like army, family, crew, team, staff. Every single one of them can be either singular or plural, just depending on whether you're talking about the group or the people in it.
All right, now that you know the secret, what do you say we put this new skill to the test? Let's do a couple of quick ones.
Okay, first one. The ship's crew? All saved by the Navy. Should it be was saved or were saved? Think about it. Is the crew one thing or many people? And the answer is were. You got it. They were saved as individual people, right? The Navy didn't rescue one giant crew blob. They rescued each person one by one. Nicely done.
Let's try one more just to lock it in. A cricket team, blank of 11 players. Is it consists with an S or consist?
And you've got it again. The answer is consists. Why? Because here we're talking about the idea of a team as a single unit, one thing that's made up of 11 players. See? You're natural.
So a group can be seen as one single thing or as many unique individuals. Now let's connect that cool grammar trick all the way back to our main idea, finding your own unique talent, your own place in the crowd.
You know, the source material for this leaves us with a really powerful thought. It says, you do not know what you can do till you try. It's so simple, but that is the absolute key to everything.
I mean, think of it this way. A kid could have a brand new box of crayons sitting right next to them, but they'll never know if they have the soul of an artist until they actually pick one up and start drawing. Potential means nothing without action.
And what does it take to make that happen? Well, if you look at great innovators like the Wright brothers, it wasn't just some magic spark. It was really a mix of three things: having a real, genuine interest in what you're doing, plus dedication, and just plain old hard work.
And this is where we bring it all full circle. The text talks about all the different abilities people can have, like music or art, and it calls them a host of talents. Hang on a second. Host. Doesn't that sound familiar? It's another one of those collective nouns.
So, just like an audience is made up of individual people, a host of talents is made up of all these unique skills. We all have our own collection,
our own special group of things we're good at. So the only question I have left for you is this: what talents are in your host?